At a site in Egypt, archaeologists discovered more than 100 mummies that were not human but crocodiles. There was some writing on the coffins of these crocodile mummies, and after reading and understanding it, the experts were shocked and disturbed. Welcome once again to SMTV's videos. Thousands of years ago, after preserving the body, the mummy was decorated according to the person's level or status. Then it was buried underground or inside a tomb. Although archaeologists have found many mummies in Egypt, the 7 mummies you are about to learn about today were the ones that, when first seen, were very difficult for experts and archaeologists to believe. So let's begin. Number 7. Lady Rai. Among the oldest mummies of ancient Egypt, there is also the mummy of a woman who has been named Lady Rai. About 140 years ago, this mummy was found in the Theban tomb area of Egypt, astonishing archaeologists. Research revealed that 3,550 years ago, Lady Rai died at about 35 years of age. Apparently, she used to be the nurse or maid of an ancient queen. But the thing that shocked archaeologists was Lady Rai's hair. Even after thousands of years, her hair was still very well preserved. Some parts of her hair even looked as if they had grown only a few months ago. The hairstyle in which Lady Rai was preserved in that ancient era is still arranged the same way today. Number 6. Ramesses II. Ramesses II was the most famous leader of ancient Egypt. Compared to other Egyptian kings, Ramesses II ruled for a very long time, and when he died, he was 90 years old. His mummy was found in 1881 in the village of Saqqara, a place where only ancient elites were buried. The archaeologists who uncovered his mummy said that just as Ramesses was powerful in his era, even after thousands of years his mummy still looked strong. No one knows the exact number, but according to research and DNA tests, Ramesses was the father of about 150 children. In 1974, it was noticed that his mummy was deteriorating. Therefore, it was immediately decided to take his mummy to Paris for treatment. However, according to international rules, whether a person is alive or dead, a passport is required to cross borders. For this reason, Egypt issued. At a site in Egypt, archaeologists discovered more than For this reason, Egypt issued a passport for Ramesses II, granting him the status of king. It is remembered as the first passport in the world issued for a deceased person. When his mummy landed in Paris, it was honored with a full military salute. Number 5. Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut. The discovery of this pharaoh amazed not only those who found him but also archaeologists around the world. His mummy was found in a chamber 20 feet below the ground. Tutankhamun was a young king who gained immense power at just 9 years of age. His mummy was discovered in 1922 in a tomb in the Valley of the Kings, where immense treasure was also buried alongside him. That is why his mummy astonished the entire world. It is believed that the tomb of this king, who died at just 19 years old, was protected by spirits guarding the mummy and the treasure. Lord Carnarvon, the men who funded the search for Tutankhamun's tomb, died just days after its discovery, reportedly due to a mosquito bite. Number 4. Crocodile mummies. At one Egyptian site, archaeologists were hoping to find ancient human mummies or buried treasure. However, they were disappointed when they found not 1 or 2, but more than 100 mummies that were not human but crocodiles. These thousands of years old crocodiles had been preserved with great skill. At first, archaeologists could not understand why crocodiles had been preserved instead of humans. Later, items were found in the crocodiles' coffins with inscriptions written on them, and the mystery completely changed. Archaeologists became more interested in the writing on each crocodile's shroud than in the crocodiles themselves. The answers to why these crocodiles had been respectfully preserved thousands of years ago were found in those writings. Research revealed that ancient Egyptians considered crocodiles to be gods because they symbolized power. In that era, they even made statues with the head of a crocodile and the body of a human. Number 3. Gazelle mummies. Crocodiles were not the only animals whose mummies were found in Egypt. Archaeologists have also discovered several mummified deer. The deer mummy you see here died approximately 3,000 years ago. It appears that she was the pet deer of a queen. When archaeologists uncovered her during excavation, they were astonished to see that, just like kings and queens, the deer had been stuffed and buried in a royal manner. The same method used to preserve kings and queens was used to preserve this deer with equal grandeur and placed in a royal coffin. Number 2, the mud mummy. To preserve human bodies, Egyptians used a chemical extracted from a special plant, known as resin. This chemical was very expensive, and only wealthy people could afford it. All the mummies found by archaeologists had resin applied to prevent decay over time. However, Australian archaeologists were surprised when they found a mummy covered not with resin but with mud. This mummy belonged to a woman who died at around 25 years of age. But besides mud, there was something else on her coffin that puzzled archaeologists. Lab tests revealed that the mummy was 3,000 years old, but the mud applied around her had been added many years after her death. Researchers concluded that she may have belonged to a poor family that could not afford resin, so mud was used instead. However, why mud was added many years after her death remains a mystery for archaeologists. And now number 1, the mummy with tattoos. Getting tattoos is considered a modern fashion today, but tattoos were also significant in ancient times. At Deir el-Medina in Egypt, archaeologists have discovered the mummies of 7 women with tattoos on their bodies. One mummy had more than 30 tattoos on her body. Archaeologists said they had never seen tattoos on mummies before. After this discovery, it would not be wrong to say that ancient Egyptians were masters at decorating everything. From the Valley of the Kings to the hidden chambers inside the Giza pyramids, decoration can be seen everywhere. It is possible that these 7 tattooed mummies were wall artists of their time and played an important role in decorating the chambers of the Valley of the Kings. We hope you enjoyed this video from SMTV. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing